Welcome everybody. Gonna give it another minute or so. Gonna fill up my drink before we get started. So let's get started at roughly 12:04 Eastern time. All right, as we get into it, let me hit this is gonna be recorded. So this bearish or bullish is being recorded. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is purely for entertainment purposes. I hope that you all do your DD before you do anything, and I hope you all have a great weekend after this as well. All right, my name is Mr. Realistic, and this is Bearish or Bullish Live. So we are currently looking at Poly USD. We are looking at a breakout in the making. We're going to do a follow-up on this throughout the episode. As we could see, we had a slight pullback because we got the resistance right up here at the 200. So if you're new to following me, I like to use moving averages, these lines right here, to, excuse me, to see where a stock is heading, okay? The moving averages are such. The green line is the 8-day moving average. The blue is the 21-day. Yellow is 50-day, and the strongest one is 200 is the purple. All right. The impact of the angle and the direction of the moving averages is very important. Down here, I have my MACD indicator. All right. I'm just getting into this. I am noticing this is used on the higher time frames as buy and sell indicators. Okay. If you noticed over here, there's a positive side and a negative side. If we're on the positive side, it means we are above the strong moving day indicators, the 50 and the 200. Okay. If we are on the negative side, it means that these ones right here, okay, we're below. The SP is below the moving average. Right here, I am expecting this to currently use this 200-day support and 50-day support as support. 50-day moving average, excuse me. So 200-day moving average, 50-day moving average to be used as support. Okay. So in the order that we would like to see in an upward ascending way, we would like to see the smallest to the largest in that order. So green, blue, yellow, purple. And if that happens, we get something that looks like this. All right, here is the hourly time frame on CRO USD. As you can see, we are kind of, let me go to the hourly on here so we can see where we're at with this one. Okay, so we made our bullish crossing right here. We're kind of bouncing around. So we are technically somewhere in this area if we're looking at similarities within Poly crypto and CRO crypto, okay? And what we're looking at is getting down to this area, all right? So let's look at the daily. Okay, this is relatively new, huge stretch. Definitely see a pullback in the near future for CRO. All right, FOMO is a hard thing not to have, um, but it's best for you if you can control it. Notice this SP, the stock price, how it is hugging this 8MA all here. If it goes up and above really high, that is a clear sell indicator, as it will come down and come near it and hold it on the hourly and daily. Okay, on the stronger indicators. It likes to hug this line, as we can see, as a very, very noticeable trend. Okay, so if I saw this, a huge spike, I would sell. This had a huge spike up, I would probably sell too. All right, we're looking for supports, things that hold up the stock price, and we're looking for resistance, something that stops it from growing as we're looking at these charts. When we are in the green, blue, yellow, purple zone, this is essentially the runway, the takeoff. All right, this is exactly what we want to see. This is going to be growing beautifully. We need to have pullbacks. It's very important to have pullbacks um, in our charts. You don't want to go straight up because you'll come straight down. Okay, so building these steps on the way up is important, and we get these from the shorter time frame moving indicators. All right, so we have been doing a little crow the last several weeks, or excuse me, Poly the last several days, um, and it has been bouncing around in this pennant for hours upon hours. It had a huge breakup here yesterday morning at 7 a.m. and it's kind of going sideways until it's going to break, I believe, based on this golden cross that we have when the 50 comes over the 200. This is a bullish crossing. It's called a golden cross. This is what a lot of traders look for, and they look for it on these longer time frames. Okay, so this is very, very good. Okay, so we want to stay in this pennant and we want to bust up and out. So if we go over to the 1 minute chart here, and this is the charting examples and things I use for OTCs, what I use for um, the big stocks as well. All right, crypto. All right, they all run similar, I have found. Okay, so right now we have found that we have broken our 200 and our 50-day moving averages as support. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a longer time frame and see what other moving averages that we have that are right around this level. As we see, it's kind of holding here. So we've got the 21 and we have the 50 down here on the 3 minute chart. And as we come over, let's look, looks like we've got the 21. So I'm expecting this 21 to hold up pretty well on the 5 minute chart. That puts us at 7889. Okay. So we're looking to hold that 7899, 7894 right now, 7889. So let's see if it holds, bounces off of there. Okay. What we're looking for is the 200 to go on the bottom, as it's the strongest indicator. So if we are using charting, okay, if the 200 is on top, the 50 is on top of these smaller indicators, right, and the SP is below it, stock price right here, okay, that is a bearish thing. We don't want it. It's like a lid on a pot, all right, boils. It's keeping the steam down. It's keeping everything down. We want to blow that lid off so that it falls to the ground and that the 20 goes to the bottom and then the 50 goes on top of the 200 goes to the bottom and then the 50 goes on top. Okay, so that's exactly what we want, and we're working there on all of these time frames. Okay, I like to work backwards. I like to look at the strongest time frame, which is the weekly that I use. Okay, so this coin hasn't been around very long, so you don't really get much indication other than the 8MA. Okay, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 weeks. Okay, so we're still looking for another month and then we'll get a blue line popping up in here. Okay, daily. Okay, we're looking, we've got the 50 introduced. Now we can see what happens when the short-term indicators and the SP is um, above the 50. We're very bullish, but if it goes beneath it, okay, get a little bearish. So what's happening right now is this 50 has been consolidating, flattening out. Excuse me. And now our short-term indicators are getting ready to come up and over which would indicate to me that we are ready for a next push upwards on the daily. Okay, so these candlesticks represent one day. All right, I have the daily selected. So each one of these candlesticks represents one day. All right, so we're looking at by end of today, maybe tomorrow, that the 8 goes over. Then we're going to be looking a couple days for the um, the 21 to come on over as well. All right, once that happens, we're go, we're liftoff, we're all the good stuff. Okay, so that's what we're looking for right now, and we need some buying support. If we come down here and we look at the MAC, right, showing signs that this is going to continue, right? Stochastic meter is showing, indicator is showing upwards. It's going to continue. So this is why I'm very bullish on a poly breakout. Look at Crow is absolutely flying right now. This is perfect. And this is what we're trying to get to with poly. Look at the turn up at the stochastic. Now, this is the issue we're going to run in. And this is why it's going to pull back soon on the hourly. Okay, let me look. Okay, we are, if you are over 70%, you are considered overbought, and it can stay up there, it can run up there. That's not a big deal, but it just depends on the buyers. I've seen, with Fun and with DWalk when they were going, it hit 100, right? And I've had stocks up here that have lasted months in the overbought zone, but it really kind of just depends on buyers and seller sentiment. Okay, now I would be selling up in this area because look how far it is from the 8MA, okay? So soon as I saw some sell indicators on the shorter time frames that we can look at, I would probably take out my position and wait for the fall to re-enter as I continue to see this going upwards. So let's go backwards. See, this is a lot closer, so I would probably hold off on selling. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Crow is flying. Really close to the 8. Really nice. Trying to break this. Looks like we got a slight resistance zone. Whole numbers are really hard to get above. You got your 5s and your 10s, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Those are harder resistance areas to break. It's just a mental thing. All right, look how it's rolling on the 8th, so I wouldn't even think about selling at the current moment, but once I did see it, it's probably going to hit 880 and pop back, maybe less. I would wait until some of these indicators were all failing, and then I'd take it and just wait for it to come down and then buy back in. Okay, so I'd be keeping an eye on the minute chart and so forth. All right, so look, we're getting close to the daily, just bullish crossing with the 8MA. All right, so let's break this up so that we can get a good look. All right, perfect. This is exactly what we want to see. All right, keep in mind, you see this, and the first thing that probably comes to your mind is, oh no, the 8's below all these, that's very bearish. The 21's coming down, that's very bearish. Yes, but look at these long-term moving averages, okay? The 50 is going up, okay? The 200 is coming down. We had this golden cross. We want this 50 to continue to go up, and we want this 200 to start to flatten out and then curl up with it. The 50 and 200 are a lot more difficult to make curl, okay? The 8 and the 21 are very easy, all right, compared to that. So, as you can see, we're getting consolidation sideways. All this is doing, all right, this is completely normal. All this is doing is this is going to bring up this indicator, all right, bringing it down here and then thrusting it up and essentially pushing up the 50 and the 200 to flatten out and to start curling. Same with the 21 here. So the 21 is going to come down and it's going to do the same thing there. That's why I was saying when I was on earlier that it's going to take a while, several hours for this to happen because you have to have all these things in motion. All right. We're now just getting to the 200 on the 1 minute chart. All right. I was on earlier, it sounded off at 1040 and the 200 was a ways up here. All right. So you can see, All right, we didn't hit it until about 797. When we first started, it was somewhere up in this area right here. Okay, so see how it's been coming down the whole time. This is good, but we don't want it to continue down. Remember, you're going to find resistance when a long-term moving indicator into a short term is coming down. So that's what it's finding resistance at this 200, bringing it back. So what's going to happen is it's going to come right along this, and then it's going to eventually, as this 200 flattens out, it's going to push up and above. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. All right, so we'll come back to this. We'll keep an eye on it. This still has a lot of time to go. I'd say at least 15 to 20 minutes before we really get a push. So we're going to get into some OTCs before we get going. Notice Crow is starting to pull back some. Okay, probably hitting some of those moving averages. That's normal. Okay, we want it to come back. I would want it to come back and touch here and then to boost off on the 30. Okay, or anywhere. Just stay close to the 8 and boost off. Okay, so let me. All right, so I am using a new software here. I love the layout look compared to what I was using previously, but it's got me doing some different stuff for the chat. Cool, still works out. Put that there so I can get in. All right, so perfect. So I'll be in and out of the chat as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free. I can see the chat in my box right here, um, and I can answer any questions that you all like. We're going to go and we're going to start off with Toner. Um, Toner had a rough last couple days, um, and we're going to talk about why and what to expect. Okay. So, like I said, sell the news comes usually when a stock chart is not set up. That was not the case here. Okay, this was not the case for Toner. What caused this, okay, was bad market sentiment for the market as a whole. Okay, we saw massive, good morning, Dennis, saw a massive pullback, okay, in the market as a whole. And we saw this coming because of the IWM, okay, that Russell ETF. It's still pulling back, all right? I was hoping for a more consolidation and was showing it. Like I said, this was at least 2 weeks away. All right, so we're going to look at the weekly here before we get into it. Look, we were up 4 weeks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 going up, and now we're back about halfway, 50% retrace. Not a big deal. That is completely normal. Let's look at our indicators, all right? MACD's going a little sideways. That is fine. That is fine. All I'm looking for is it to come back down to this 8 probably right in here, about 230 range, and consolidate for next week. We should get some low volume um, because of the Thanksgiving week, and then we're going to see a nice push up afterwards, leading into December, in my opinion. Okay, so that's what we're kind of working with here, and we're just kind of we're waiting. So let's look at the 1 minute of the ETF, so we can kind of see where we are at that reversal time. What do you know? They're basically, okay, coming up to what we were just going over with Crow and with Poly. Okay, the 1 minute, it's going to come up. You're going to find resistance. You're going to have this come down and then come up and above. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for. And this is about a week away for all these indicators, all right, to do what they're going to do. It's going to happen, in my opinion. It just takes time. And a lot of people don't understand that. And it's very frustrating as a trader because these people just use fear and panic. Okay, fear leads to that panic, that uncertainty, and we get that fight or flight response where we either are gonna fight and find out what's going on. All right, we're gonna do it, or flight. We're just like, peace out. I'm running away. I'm good. Okay, and a lot of people go with the flight. All right, so we need to understand why this is happening. My explanation is, and I fully believe, all right, you have to build steps to continue to go. This is every one of these candles represents 1 week. Where do you see something? Oops, did not mean to do that. Oh well. Where do you see something right here that shows you there's something bad on this weekly? All right. Where on this ETF is there something bad as soon as we made this golden cross right here? All right. Bullish, bullish, bullish. There is nothing indicating. Look, the 200 or the 50 is skying up. All right. We've got the uh, 200 perfect, the 50 perfect. Okay. And now we're getting these two checked out. This just takes weeks. This is a weekly chart. So um, it's just taking a little pullback. Look at this pullback that we had right here after doing this massive run up. Okay. Consolidating. All right. This feels like a huge pullback for it because this is 3 weeks, nearly a month. All right. And you're dropping. All right. That was that time that we were really struggling. Look, this is back in June. We had those drops and we're like, oh man, consolidation, consolidation, and we had some drops again. All right, then we had some upticks. All right. We just gotta be patient. This thing is gonna do more of this because it's gonna continue to go up in that direction. All right, let's look at the daily. All right, daily. Look, just got that fan. All right, what we're looking for, okay, is this to go, bounce up and come up. All right, just like Crow. All right, look when it got its fan. Okay, got it all the way back here. Okay, this is the daily, or the hourly, excuse me. Let's go to the daily. All right. So, oh, that's right. It doesn't have enough data. That's why I was using the hourly. Um, okay. So, but look at moving indicators. Look how long it takes them to all get in sync. And then once they get in sync, because of the shorter time frames, look what happens. Okay. So we just got to give it that time for it to happen. It's coming. It's coming. And that's why this lines up perfectly with the December start. All right. Leading into several months of a breakout. All right. And we typically get that low volume in October and November. So this is perfect. All right. So, we're just waiting for this pop up right here. So that's the Russell ETF. Okay. Let's close. Actually, I'm not going to close that because I need that tab for another one. So let's take a look at toner. Based on what we know, we're going to go to the weekly first. Okay. So look at this weekly. Don't look at, well, hard to not look at those. All right. And I was just playing around with those. All right. So we are in a weekly pennant for toner. Okay. Great news, right? We touched the bottom last time. Okay. Beautiful. Now we want to hold that pennant. Okay. And we want this to continue to go up. This takes time. These are weekly candles. What part of these moving averages is bearish to you? All right. I don't see any. Okay. This is just what we are doing with poly right now. Okay, so if we go with the poly on the hourly, all right, it has that same kind of setup. Look at this spike. It had a huge spike. And now we're just doing this, trying to get up and breaking out. Okay, we have to wait it out. It takes time. This is weekly. So what we're looking for, all right, is here, and then it already touched. So now we're going to go up and break out. That's my opinion. Okay. It takes time. Toner is not gonna break out this week. No, zero chance of that, in my opinion. Okay. So plenty of time. Okay. And this has always, in my mind, been a December play. Okay. Because of the setup. Think about all these stocks that we've gone over, OTCs. Okay. That go on these massive, massive 1,000+% runs. They don't happen in a week or two. They happen in months or two. All right, sometimes 3 months. Okay. Typically, what I'm finding is the setup when it keeps going takes about 2 to 3 months. Okay, 2 to 3 months, and you make thousands of percent on a play. It's pretty solid. Okay, if you want, take some profit along the way. When it drops back and you feel comfortable because it's holding your things, rebuy and come back up. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, you're here, it goes up, you take your profit. Okay, as you see it coming down, you wait for the consolidation, you wait for the signals. All right, it's holding it, buy it, and you do it again. All right, this is all this is. And people flip the F out because they don't understand it. All right, if we take our lines here, okay? We've got a pennant play in process on the daily, all right? So if we're taking this, okay, all right, we've got this pennant play, all right? Look how it's touched twice at the bottom. It's touched here. Pennant plays touch 5 times at least before they break out, okay? So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right? Because you're looking for a triple top or a triple bottom, all right? If something doesn't break through on that third time, typically it shows that it's going the opposite direction. So let's say that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so 1 top, 3 top. It tops out up here. All right, and it doesn't bust up, then it's going to probably fall down. Vice versa down here. Okay. People play, and what I want to find the indicator on here. I think it's right here. Just bear with me for a second. No, not there. It's probably under trends. Here we go. No, these are fibs. All right, so I'll find it while we're oh, here we go. Okay. So you have people play these patterns, right? You see X, that's the starting point, A, B, C, D. Okay, you got A, B, C, D pattern, the triangle pattern. Okay. Elliott triangle waves. All right. Notice the A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. These are all things that people are looking for. So you're talking about, all right, ignore this white line because this is for the weekly, but you're talking about 1, so A, B, C, D, and then they're waiting for that E, and that E is the break up and above. All right, this thing hit this thing hit right up here. All right, not only because of the market, it was going to hit there because this ended up being um, a pennant play. Okay, as you can see, this right here. Okay, you don't usually get a straight down candle like this bouncing off. This is from the market and from the reaction of people and the PR. This is why you do not drop a PR on a crappy market day. All right, that was just dumb in my opinion. Okay, but look, we're holding up in here. All I want to see is this. Okay, you see this? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we get consolidation, we hold the pennant, and then we go up. I firmly believe, and if you didn't see it in level 2 like I did, I mean, they were forcing it down, putting millions and millions, 8 million, 10 million shares on the ask side so that it forced people to sell down and got it to the point that they wanted to. Guess what? Soon as it got to 0.007, they put a massive um, support at the 007 area, which was over 6 million. They got rid of the other one, and then it started to uptick again. Okay, so this, all right, this is why it's best to know what you're doing, okay, and then have that conviction. I know it's hard sometimes. Those are the times that we walk away. So what happened was, okay, we were here, all right. There was a bearish crossing that came through the MACD cross negligee. I think it was on the hourly. So look, okay, look at the MACD. Cross down, people sold, and it continued just to kind of go. Now look at it. We're looking for this to do the opposite and come back up. All right, this is going to take a little bit of time to come back and up and through. So as this comes down, we're going to need this to flatten out and come. The reason that I say that it's not happening this week, and this is what we need to understand, okay? All right, is that we need to get all these indicators, okay, together. All right, we obviously made a very, very good push here. Look what we did to the indicators. This is very good, okay? Now we're going to have to do it again with the 3-minute. Look where we're going to find resistance. This is still going down. It's not sideways. So I feel that a bad purchase price tomorrow would be anything at this high 8-9 level. Okay, even if it breaks it. Okay, look, it's still going down until this flattens out. okay? It's not in play in my opinion. So what's going to happen in my opinion is it's going to hit this, okay? And it's going to come back down, okay? Until this starts flattening out and then the 50 comes up and over, all right? It's just going to take a day or two for that. It's only the 3 minute, okay? But I feel like this is bottom. This is, look, 70. See? That's where they put in that huge ask into it. Hey, what's up, Frankie? Um, so look, I mean, they got it down to where they wanted, and then when they held, they bought right here, and look, they're holding it up and it's pushing. But we're gonna find resistance at these 200s. Okay, this is gonna be resistance tomorrow morning. Okay, this is gonna be resistance probably on Tuesday morning. Okay, keep in mind it's at 103 right now. It's probably gonna come down into the 90s. It's gonna take some time. And remember, we have one less trading day this week. I don't think the market's closed on Friday. I could be wrong. I don't know. I gotta look at it. I'm pretty sure it's just Thanksgiving. But I'm confident in this. Look, the 50's gonna, or the 21's gonna flatten out. We're already coming up. We're gonna find some resistance here because look at the level it's at. It's at that 92. Okay, they're all similarities in that we're going from them. Okay, they're all at that same area. So let's backtrack from the 15, 5, 3, and 1. All right, our resistance, our next resistance on the moving average is 9.2 right here, okay? If you don't see that, just watch right here on my screen, okay? So if you follow that dashed line, all right, we're looking at 9.2 as resistance, and this will continue to drop some. So the resistance is going to get lower and lower by 9.1, 9.90 until this flattens out and we can get above it, okay? Notice the 21's flattening out. That's why it's above it, okay? So then let's go to the 5 minute. All right, look how the 50 is flattened out and now we're on top of it. But we're going to get resistance up here at 104. But before we even get there, this is going to continue to go down. We're going to find resistance at that 15-minute 50 moving average before we can even get there. These are too far away to even think about right now. Let's go to the 3 minute, okay? We already know the 1 minute's good, all right? And it's probably going to do this another time where it has to go up and down and through again because of the hourly. But look, we're going to find resistance here at 89. Okay, remember that 15-minute 50 moving average is at 9.2. That's a strong, strong resistance between the 200 on the 3 minute and the 50 on the 15. So we are going to bounce off of this, I firmly believe, and come back down until this flattens out, and then we can come up and over. This is a 3-minute chart. This should take literally hours a day. Okay, so that's great. Monday, we get through it. So what? All right. People don't understand this though. And people freak out and say, oh, the end of the world. Oh, no. Maybe the end of your world because you don't understand how this goes. And bashers just come in and have no idea what they're talking about. And they fear you. That's why it's best to just turn it off, walk away, say, hey, catch you later. If I've got some cash, I wait for the reversal, and then if I have conviction, I throw it back in. You know what I mean? Why fret about this stuff? I mean, I understand it. I will tell you right now that I was not happy that this happened. No, you can't. Nobody can predict this right here. Nobody can predict this. You know who can predict? I take that back. Maybe one person can predict this, or persons. All right. It starts with an M and ends with an M. If you know what I mean. Okay. That's basically anything that can predict it. But you're telling me right now that we don't see what's coming is baloney. All right. We know what's coming. Okay. And we just have to wait it out. It's not that far away. Okay. And soon as we get above here, okay, it's going to take some time. It's going to bounce. It's going to come down. And then once these two cross over, boom, we're on to the next one. It's probably going to be that 5 minute that we're on to. So we're going to be moving on to this by Wednesday, okay, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we're talking about 15-minute, okay? So we're looking here. So in my opinion, I'm going to look for a buy zone of low 8s, okay? Let's go back to the 3 minute real fast. Let's see where we're at on the 50. If the 50 right here acts as support, okay, that it sits on here, all right, a good buy, and it holds this area, a good buy in my opinion, would be the 7-9 area, low 8s, upper 7s. This could come into play. I just don't see it. I don't see it coming back into play. All right, so keep an eye on that. And then we're going to come back over here. All right, let's see. All right, the 50 might act as support. Look at that too. 87.79. I'm telling you. So that seems like a great buy zone if you can nab something in there, in my opinion. Man, I love apple cider. So good. So this will continue to go on until we get above the 50 here. Excuse me, until we get above the 15-minute 200 MA. Okay, and look where that is currently right now. That's back up in the ones. Everybody would be happy with that. That's going to be coming soon, in my opinion. Okay, this is just the start. Just the start. And hey, if this pennant plays out, you're talking about a huge spike up. Okay, so remember, we're going to find high resistance up here too. So this all has to work out where this has to curl up. This is the short terms are going to come up and above. It's going to come back down. It's going to come through. It's a whole process that's going to take days for the 15-minute. Okay, let's get to the 30-minute. Okay, this is good. This is great news right here. Okay, but the problem that's going to probably happen here, maybe, I think it's temporary. Let me think about this before I say anything. Okay, we might see. No, you're not going to see this. That's already happened. See, we're here. Um, see, we're already below that. Come through. So we're going to be, this is going to flatten out and we're going to do this. Okay. Just trying to track. So we are currently probably right in this area right here. I think this is bottom. Okay. I really do. Maybe we're here, but I see this more as here. All right, so we're still going to have to work it up. So anywhere in the sevens is a great buy if you're holding long term and for a swing, in my opinion, if you can get it. All right. I think we bounce. So let's see. 50 is a lot higher. It hasn't crossed beneath. So this one has the 50 below. Okay. The 50 is currently still on top. So this is different than this. All right. So I'm trying to look. We could see the 50 depending on what Monday and Tuesday happen. Okay. We could see the 50 slightly dip below or bounce off of here. This is not the same as this right here, the last pullback. All right. Let's look at the moving averages. Okay. So right now we're looking at the 50s on top right through here, and we cross beneath the is consolidating, and all three of them cross below at the same time. The 50 is still on top, and that is good. That's good news. We want these to turn around as quickly as possible and come up and hold this 50 above the 200 or slightly dip and come above. It's only a 30-minute, so it can definitely happen. Okay? But that's what we want to see, because you tell when they all work in sync what happens. All right? They all work in sync, what happens? I firmly believe, okay, this is a pennant play. Okay? And it's going to be boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's what I am going to be playing it as. Okay, that's what my move is as a trader. That is it right there, for that pennant to bust out and to set us into new all-time highs, and then wait for the reset and figure out what the next run is from there. Okay, that is the play in my opinion. Right? If it busts beneath, if it goes up and then it busts beneath here, that's a sell zone in my opinion. Okay, it just depends on that buyer sentiment. Look, down, up, down, up. All right, so what we want is we want all of these moving upwards together in the green, blue, yellow, purple order. Okay, look how this is curling up, starting to curl. This is gonna take time, because remember, the 21 is in free fall mode right now. We've got to give it time, to flatten out before we can come over. So what's going to happen is this 21 on the hourly, let's see what it's at currently, 104. It's going to continue to dip as the hours go by. Okay, so you're looking at that strong 90 area, so it's going to take a lot. Thanks, Steven. All right, so look, as we continue to go down, This is going to bounce off of here and come back down. That's our resistance on the hourly. So you just kind of look at each one and you look at those MAs that act as resistance, okay? So I want to find a good example of this coming down. All right, so right here. Okay, so look at the pullback. This is before we were trading together on Toner. Okay, look how this comes down. All right, the 8 wants to come up hard and it wants to reverse. Rejected by this free fall mode. Let's go down to the next one. Okay, nothing, just free fall. Came below the 200, so you knew it was going to keep going. Look at this huge buy bounce right here. They said, nope, this is bottom. And they were kind of right. It was bottom. It was just too early. But this is too much of a drop. And you know why this drop happened? Somebody type it in. Somebody tell me why this red candle happened on the 1 hour. Can anybody tell me why this red candle in our chat box, why this huge red candle happened? Anybody know? Anybody? Come on, somebody's got to know. Nobody? All right, here we go. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's as easy. I already gave you guys the answer. 3, 2, 1. It's because of the 200. Look, as soon as these went below the 200 right here, look, right below the 200. Look what happened next. Boom. They saw that. That's huge bear sign. Everybody bailed out of there. Stop losses, everything, just bailed. Okay, and then what happened? They said, this is bottom. Let's buy. Resistance at the 200 now. And now it's coming back down, okay, until it touches that pennant. All right, so that's why you get those huge red candles. And that is a smart decision by people, in my opinion. You see these go below the 200, you know that's going to be a bear sign because look at the 50s right behind it. All right, takes a lot to go through. So that being said, all right, if this 50 held up above, which it won't because that did it, all right, this is what we're looking for here. Is this going to happen again? No, because it already happened. Look, all right, soon as we broke right here, look, we broke through here. Okay, this is coming down. We hit the candle here. All right, that's what caused this huge red candle, is that we went below, all right, or we were heading. There was no signs of stopping. Look, straight down, guys, straight down. All right, look, we broke the 50 up here. All right, so look, broke the 50 up here. You're getting your downturn. This happened in a blink of an eye because they were so close. Look, 50, then 200. That's why it dropped so hard. All right, on that time frame. So we're like, all right, we're consolidating. We're good. We're good. We're good. Uh-oh. The 8's going below the 50. Peace out. All right, that causes this to even drop even more. Oh, uh-oh. Now we're looking stop losses. Now we're looking at, oh yeah, it's breaking underneath the 200 now. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. All right, and then you get the buys. They're like, oh, I'm good, and then you get down. Okay, and now we're on the recovery phase. So this right here makes me tend to believe that we're here. Okay, because look, you can't come up on the 200 or the 21 when it's going down. Okay, all right, this is a boulder. This boulder is running. All right, this boulder, okay, is almost 3.5 or 3 times as strong as this one. This is like a little nugget rolling down the hill. All right, this is like its big brother. All right, and it's going and said, see you, sucker. We're still going until I did. But guess what? After a while, the hill gets smaller and smaller, and it starts to level out. That's what this big spike did right here. Okay. This started to level it out some to slow it down. And as it slowed down, look, this curled up. And now we started a reversal. So once we get this is what I want you all to look for on the hourly, okay? So once these two cross up together, it's not going to happen in the next day or two, okay? We know why, because their 21 right now is in free fall mode, okay? Buying in this area, not smart right now, in my opinion, because you're going to get hit with this when we need to wait for this, okay? We're here, okay? Still going down some, all right? I'd say, yeah, so we just had this. We just had our bounce right here. So I say we're somewhere like here, all right? And we're going to get this kind of curl. I don't think it's going to go down back here. If it goes down back here, I'm buying. Absolutely buying a ton. All right. And I think that we get the reversal. But we've got to remember, look at the 200 here. The 200's flat, so that's good. But the 50, this was what kept it down longer. The 50 kept it down. It pushed it down, down, down. All right? It's not there. And I think this does this, and it flattens out and it comes up. Okay? So we're not going to get this, I don't believe. Okay? That's why I consider it a little differently. But what I am saying is we are going to have to wait until this flattens out some, okay? And I believe it'll do that in the 90s, okay? Upper 80s, 90s, so maybe Wednesday, okay, to get that up, and then we push our way back up. But I firmly believe this is the start of the reversal. It could come down a little bit more, high 70s, I believe so. Wouldn't shock me. All right. So we need to be patient on this and not expect a huge turnaround this week. As I've said, this has been a December play the whole time. All right, definitely based on the pennant, but based on volume and everything as well. But this is why it dropped. Okay, dropped here because of this bearish cross. All right. You get another bearish cross here. You get another bearish cross here. Okay, going down. You get a really bearish cross here because it's the 200. Okay, and that's why you get these things. And look, as soon as it hits, okay, almost hits the bottom. Actually, hold on one second. Okay, looked like it found support right around this area right here. Bounced off of this support line 70 right here. Okay, that was our support for it. So it's holding this support line right here. So if you're looking for your supports, okay, you take your horizontal line. This is why we make higher lows and higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so as we're going up, this is the bottom. That acted as support right here. So look, boom, 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 boom. Broke these support levels right here because of the 200. All right, caught it at the 70. Okay, and it's held up since. So why would it break the 70 again? Look, it held on that track. All right, this is the first time it dropped. All right, right here. So time tells us that 70 is an extremely strong support zone because look, we're looking at 68 for right here at the bottom of here. That 70 area is super strong support for us, okay? So if you can find anything around that level, which I don't think we will, but I'm just saying if you can, that is a strong buying area, okay? Based on our support over time. Okay. So bouncing off of here, in my opinion, and continuing to go up in a breakout. All right. It's just going to take some time. We know the weekly's there. Okay. The weekly is there. Let's go back real fast so I've got two lines here. So we've got, I'm going to change this color. I'm messing with the colors lately. Okay. So the white ones are the weekly breakout. Okay. So we're looking at hit bottom here. Okay. This week will start uptrend, and I think we get a breakout within 2 weeks. All right, maybe 3. All right, in my opinion. It lines up perfectly. All right, so if we come out to here, December 14th, okay, that's roughly the time frame we're looking at the weekly. So I believe that mid-December this is going to go. So you know what I'm going to do? Buy low, sell high, not the opposite. All right. Crow's pulling back as I told you it would. It's got to come close back to that 8 MA. All right, let's check in. Ooh, we're getting some high pressure. Must mean we're hitting some things. Okay, perfect. All right, this is a great example here. All right, so we had a golden cross right here on the 1 minute. All right, look at the 8 and 21. They're still going down. Okay, the 200 is still going down. We have to get this 200 to flatten out. So soon as this 200 starts to curl up and going, it's going to happen by these buys right here. Yeah, exactly. So these buys are going to push it back up. Now what's going to happen is you see how everything's going down? Watch these buys that are about to happen right here. It's going to push this 200 to flatten out. It's going to push this 8 over the 21, over the 200, over the 50. 21's going to follow. 50 is going to curl up, and now we're looking at our turnaround right here. That's why it doesn't freak me out when it breaks this trend line, because it just takes a lot. So let's watch this for the next couple minutes just so we can watch and learn. So I find this to be bottom, 7, 8.5. Okay, not saying it will be bottom. Okay, it's going to take some consolidation, but what we're looking for right here, people will see this as a bearish move, but it's not. What we're going to do is going to see this come up. Okay, then we're going to see this come up. All right, 200 is going to flatten out. This is going to come over top of all these. All right, and we're going to bust out and through. So we just need to do now. Cool, cool. All right, so it looks like I've got about roughly 15 minutes left with you all. I have some family coming over today for some football. Oh, fantastic, Alex. Great. Love it. All right. So, I mean, I knew none of this crap months ago. All right. Got lucky. And everybody I talk to says the same thing. It goes that takes that Udemy course or takes learning things. Are like, man, as I'm taking this stuff, I just look at it and I'm like, I have just gotten lucky. That's basically what it is. We were all just really lucky. And then you learn these things and you're like, holy smokes, you're getting sells right here because of this cross right here. It's just going to take a second to pop up. But I tell you what, that course changed my mindset, changed everything, would have never led to this. Okay. So I take that as a learning moment as you're starting to consolidate kind of in there. You're going to have to give this a little bit of time. But yeah, so it's it's refreshing to see a different point of view, and that's what I'm trying to do here is show a different point of view than just saying, oh, this looks like a buy, this looks like thing. And as we go on, I'm not going to be sharing stocks that I'm in because I don't believe that this is that's not. If you search go in my thing, it's fundamental trader. Let me look at that. I'll find it and put it in the chat. Just give me 1 second. Um, yeah, it's popping up in the wrong. Let me find it. So, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Demi. Okay, so if you go to udemy.com and you go to the search box and type in, let me make sure I get this right first. Oops, I wish I could spell or type, I should say. Spelling is not the issue, it's the typing. Oh, you know what? I feel like I was going here. Okay, yeah. If you go into Udemy and you just put in day space trading, the first thing that comes up is the complete foundation stock trading course. Or if you just type in that, the complete foundation stock trading course by Musan Hassan. The guy, it's $20 right now. I think I spent like 23 to buy it. He's got 4 other videos that I plan on doing, classes I plan on doing as well. It's 9.5 hours long. It is the most awesome class that I've taken, and he teaches you about technical analysis, the candlesticks, day trading, stocks, everything. It's so easy to follow along. You can do it from your phone. You got an iPad. You've got your computer, and they all sync together. Okay, but keep in mind on this, and I didn't know this the first time I did it. Okay, when you sign up, you get all these discounts on the first buy. After that, you have to pay all the things. So what I did was I ended up just buying all of his classes right off the gate because the class that I took, while I got it for like $23, it's on sale for $19.99 right now. It's originally a $180 course, and so his other ones are like 140, 100. So he's got 4 other courses. He's got 1, 2, and 3 listed. Number 4 is cryptocurrency that I'm looking forward to getting into. But the first course, which I highly suggest, is $19.99 on there. I make nothing off of this. I just something I took. Then he's got his second one, which is Advanced Stock Trading Course and Strategies. That's on sale for $10.99. And then his other one is Day Trading and Swing Trading Strategies for stocks. It's $15.99. All right. All those are 100, 140, 180. You know, I think I spent like $80 on them and I made it back in one trade. And the wealth of knowledge and the things I'm doing now, it's fantastic. So really check it out. Oh man, bro. I am in the painful, at least I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a Skins fan, and it is just like the most torture of the last 30 something years. I get my family that's diehard Skins fans for my dad's Skins fan for like 50 something years, and I'm like, oh, you get the good old days, and now I get stuck with the Snyder days. Yep. So yeah, it just sucks. Kind of waiting on this. We're gonna pop on over. I want to bring up PUGE while we're waiting. Yeah, man, no worries. That really was a game changer. And it's a fun class because man, the way he does it is just um it's so easy to understand. Okay, I do echo. No worries, man. No, I'm doing if you guys show up live, I will absolutely chart your stuff. Got to get rewarded showing up. Let me bring up PUGE first because I got a lot of people asking me about PUGE. See, if you see these dashes right here, it just means no sells during that 1 minute. All right. So as we can see, let's go back to the 1 minute. All right, we're getting closer here. All right, this is good. Good. We're just waiting on a couple things. Okay, these are going to narrow out and probably run together. Okay, 3 minute. All right. As we can see, resistance is the 200. It just keeps bouncing off in there. So we're waiting for those to get closer. I bet you those run together. Okay. 200 is probably a lot higher. So you're going to find 200 resistance is going to start to come down. All right. We're going to find that resistance in the 109. All right. This is going to come back into play in here. Okay. But look how it's holding this. The ones. All right. Love PUG. All right, let's go up here as well. And keep in mind while I'm showing you this, um, the angles. Remember, which direction are these all going in? All right, we all want them to go up eventually. It takes time for them all to turn. And if they're going down, it's going to find that resistance and bounce off of there, especially on these stronger 50 and 200s, okay, until they flatten out. So PUGE, if all stays good, all stays well, it really doesn't look down. Look, this is the 30 minute. Look, it did a bearish crush, but then it got bought up and eaten above. Okay, it just kind of depends. So we're looking at a week or two for this as it turns around. Those last couple days really screwed up a lot of things because I mean it caused a lot of panic and a lot of sells and moved a lot of indicators around. Okay, 200's on top right here. So we're just waiting for these confirmations. So when these turn around and go up, all right, this is flat. If it stays flat, that's perfect. If this curls up, we're looking at a breakout in PUGE sooner than later on the hourly. Okay, it just takes time. All right, this is probably going to find support. Look how it's finding its support level right here at the 101 level. All right, look at that. Let's take a trend line on there so you can really see. All right, horizontal line right there. All right, so look at the wick. Touches it, it breaks through, comes back up, breaks through, comes back, holds it, finishes up here. Touches it, comes back up, finishes here. Touches it, comes back up. Touches it, finishes above. I like that a lot. That makes me very happy and confident as a trader. That shows me a 102 is strong support, just like that 7007 on toner. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. All right, so it's just going to take time. I like this a lot. Look what we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Looks similar to toner. Yeah, I mean, come on. Here's the weekly. Okay, so we're talking about. This is PUGE is a long hold in my opinion. So boom, kind of sitting up here. Okay, touched here, came down, touch here, maybe come back down in here, and then boom. Who knows? So this is weekly. I'd go off the daily pennant personally. So if we're doing a pennant off of here, I'd move it up. So I bet you it actually follows up into here. So yeah, I like this 1-2 as a buy. All right, if it holds this area, if it continues to hold, if it continues to go up, this kind of sucks. Won't lie about that. But anything below the 90 range, I'm happy with. But soon as we get this on the hourly up and above, we're going to be moving up. All right, we're getting closer. Okay. Yep, here we go. Told y'all it's going to come. So watch these ones are going to punch up and through. Okay. Man, it's like freaking clockwork, right? I'll get to Icoa right after this. Promise, Alex. All right, so we're going to start getting huge spikes up here, in my opinion, as soon as the green 8MA comes over that 21 blue MA. Yep, see? Now, we might catch a little resistance at first because we still haven't had a bullish crossing yet with the 200. There you go. All right, I mean, look at the wick right off the 200. All right, this flattens out a little bit more. Okay. Look at, I mean, it's pretty cool to watch the 1 minute because you can see how the SP as it fluctuates, that these moving averages really get affected. All right, so I'm going to try to get all up in there. Okay, still finding that resistance right there at the 788. All right, so keep in mind right down here is our time. So these are every 1 minute. So we got 5 seconds left until this candle is official. And we're going to start seeing this thing start to push up pretty hard because as soon as this crosses, very bullish, and it'll lead to a breakup and over the 200. And the 50 is above the 200, so that's a good zone. So as soon as all these come up, we're in for a blast off. Okay, so let's just patiently wait here. All right, still finding resistance because we still have not crossed here. Okay, still waiting on it. 200's very strong. But look at the MAC. All right, high indication of continual growth. You got the stochastic moving up as well. I mean, everything here tells us that this is going the right direction. As we know, as the indicators go, as soon as these cross, as soon as these move up towards the 200 and break that and break the 50, we're on a run. Okay, and then we're going to go to the 3. There you go. See how that just moved? Okay, look down here, 2, 1, touching. Here we go. So within this minute or the next minute, we're going to get, yeah, probably one more minute because they're not crossed yet. So we're going to get that. We're going to build these steps. Okay, so up, up, back, back, up, back, back. And eventually we'll get some big green candles here because this is just the start of something. And watch the MAC as this gets affected, yep, by the SP. All right, so we're looking at about a minute or two before we really get it. I think the next minute's going to be a lot of fun. Yep, there you go. Isn't that wild? Oh man, so cool. So I would have bought right over in here because I know this is coming, especially after this right here. All right, so boom, that pushes that up. So now we're going to push these up and over the 200 and the 50. Wild stuff. Wild. So much fun. Yep, there you go. Got another minute in here. Now watch. We should find 200 to be a support here soon where the SP sits on top of the purple line, the 200 moving average, okay? Notice how it really isn't breaking down. I bet you it holds it here. If not, it'll bounce off of these and continue to go. Yeah, see? 200 is flattening out. 50 is starting to flatten out. 8MA is uppercutting the 200 right, or uppercutting the 21 right now. This is going to start curling up hard. All right, we're going to uppercut with a 8 and a 21 soon on the 200 and the 50, and we're going to be a go zone. and then we're gonna have to get that pullback. You know what I'm talking about? We got to get those stairs. So we're gonna basically punch this thing up, all right? And once this thing punches up here, all right, it's probably gonna come down and settle on the 50, or we'd have to look at the other moving averages on the 3-minute. Okay, so look how close we are here. So we are 1 minute away from the 8 punching through the 200, and then about a minute or two from the 50, and then we're talking really fireworks once we get the 21 over. Okay, so let's keep an eye on the SP right here. Let's keep an eye on the MACD. Notice how the stochastic's moving up. This thing's gonna freaking fly up. We might come back down a little bit here and there. I fully believe as these things start coming in. So this will probably push up. I bet you it's going to come back a little bit with the 21 below, and then it's going to push the 21 up and really make this thing fly. All right, so it's really cool. And this is where trend lines come in handy too. It's really nice to see, hey, here's the consolidation. Here's the first one up. All right, let's follow those body. I'd go off the lowest one touching. So this right here, I'd put it at the body. Look how it's just kind of sitting there. Let's see if it kind of rolls with it up the trend line. Yeah, it's gonna keep going. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it on the wicks. But yeah, we're finding the 200 is acting as support. We're trying to get that 21 now up and above. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get this consolidation piece right in here, slight pullback. All right, and it's gonna bring this up on the minute. And as soon as it does, this thing's gonna pop up. And this thing, as soon as the 8 and the 21 pop up over the 200 and the 50, we're gonna see some fireworks here. Super exciting. All right. So this is probably going to act as the 21 is going to act as support in my opinion right here. Okay, I bet you this pushes up soon though. So let's see here. There's another minute. All right, so we got our stair. So now we're looking up. Let's take that away. Okay, so we're officially here. Okay, still need to be officially above the 52. All right, so kind of going through. All right. Finding some resistance. All right, remember the 50 is a strong support and resistance line too, hence this right here. Notice how it's holding this line. Kaboom. So now once this goes up and over, then we'll start using the 50 as support. Okay, so we've got 15 seconds. All right, we just got to be patient. Firmly believing we're going to get some fireworks here shortly based on the 8 going over the 50. That's a very, very bullish sign because that's bringing only the 21 left for a move upwards. You're going to see this thing start hitting 79 here shortly and then soon 80, in my opinion. Okay. But this is why this has to happen right here. So if we're looking 20 or the 50s going down, the 200s going down, those are our strongest indicators. So then we have these coming below. And basically what we're doing is we're setting up for a perfect freaking, what was it, Ryu and Street Fighter or whatever. It jumps up with the uppercut or whoever it was and then flies right up and just punches through this thing and puts us in a green, blue, code green, blue, yellow, purple. All right. So look how this is acting as resistance right here, okay? We're going to break this soon because of this right here, okay? And then this above here is going to be super bullish. That's when we're going to get fireworks, is when we're in the green, blue, yellow, purple area. Look, we're about to hit 7.9 is acting as resistance, all right? These whole numbers, okay? If you want to sell something, all right, and buy something, and you'll learn this in that Udemy course that the guy tells. He goes, I have day traders that come in. If they sell on a $1 or on a 125, I don't hire them. I tell them to leave automatically because those are key resistance numbers. So I want it at like 123. Okay, but I want it at 98. Okay, getting in before it comes back down. Yeah, isn't it crazy? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm having a ton of fun. You guys are making it great. But I mean, this is why it's not even worth like going on to like StockTwits or dealing with those bashers. After I learned this stuff, I was like, literally, I'm like, dude, get the F out of here. Like, I could tell you exactly. That's like the guy with Toner when he's like, "Oh, it's coming back to the sevens after it just on the first run." I was like, "Dude, it's not on the first run. There's no way. Every indicator is up here, and we're going to do stuff. Um, we're going to continue to do that as well." Now, on the second pullback of the of Toner right now, that's fine. If we're hit bottom right now, and then we're coming back up for blast off, we ain't touching this again. Okay. Let me repeat that. In my opinion, we are not touching these levels of Toner again if we break above the pennant. Okay. These levels are gone. This is when you start the real ones. All right. It's pretty cool. I've got some. I haven't told anybody yet. I've told one person so far. Is I bought a customized. Uh, I love those leather patch hats, and so I got a beanie and a trucker hat with that, with Mr. Realistic on there. I'm super excited for them to come in. They look really sweet. Um, so if you get anybody sees anybody with somebody on, I'm the guy. Come on, baby. Almost there. We are just waiting on this right here. Okay, waiting on this 21 now. It's not going to get here in time. All right, super exciting. All right, so while we're waiting for this, because we're a couple minutes wait, let me hop into ICOA really fast. Keep an eye on the SP up here. Um, it's gonna absolutely explode. All right, look, ICOA. All right, so let's work backwards. Let's see it the weekly. Okay, we're starting to get this curl down. Not worried about that at all. If anything, all right, consolidation. All right, or yeah, consolidation on the weekly. This is a weekly chart right here. Okay, so it's kind of just flattening out from here. All right, so all right, so this looks good. Bounce here. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. Right, could be A, B, C. I'd probably go out more off the daily, but look, same thing. All right, you can put the trend down right here. All right, follow off of the next highest point and just let it fall. Look how it hits these two and then gets rejected. So let's get rid of this one. Okay, and let's shorten this one up. Okay, so I know you're getting excited while you're looking at this and saying, "Oh snap!" All right, same thing with toner right here. Let's keep an eye on the MACD. Really, these things can turn around on a dime. So we really want this thing to turn around and go up. All right, so what this is doing is we're hoping this bounces off, and once this bounces off and comes up, and the 8 comes over here, and I fully believe this is what's in store for you guys, boom, breaking up, and I could have a nice breakup here upwards out of this pennant very soon. I'm just looking at support. Let me go back a time frame. I feel like that is acting as support twice now. It's got to be on like the hourly or something. We're getting close here, everybody. There we go. All right. I'll come back to ICOA in a second. I got to sign off soon. I'll get back to ICOA after this, and then we're gonna see some fireworks. Alrighty. Bum, bada, bum. What we got minute wise here? We got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And then we're going to come up. Remember, we're using this as support. I want to see some fireworks. Boom, boom, boom. Got to get back to look at BTC if it's going to pull back in that pennant still, as we were talking about. All right. Still waiting. All right. We've got 10 seconds left. how it's affecting here. This is going to turn up, in my opinion. And zoom. Okay. So we're going to continue to make this pathway up. What we want is this to continue up. And look at how those are starting to move. All right. Buys and high buys up here are going to pull these up. So imagine that a string is attached to every one of these moving indicators. Okay. All right. And then each one of these is a different weight. So you've got an 8-pound weight, a 21-pound weight, a 50-pound weight, and a 200-pound weight. Okay. The string's 200 pounds. All right, we're attached to two here. And basically, this is our rocket. Okay, it's going to take a lot to pull all those up. All right, so it's getting all its strength ready to pull it up right now. Okay, so obviously, this is lighter. It's going to pull up first. The blue, the 21, is going to be second and pull it up. But the more we pull up, the higher we pull up, these are going to be affected and pull up as well. And it's going to pull us up in the right direction. As soon as we're over 7.9, it's going to start. And that's going to happen once this goes over the 50, in my opinion. The 21 over the 50, blue over yellow. Ooh, 1 minute away. And since these are leveling out here, this is very nice. Instead of this going down and having to do the loop-de-loop like we just did on there, these should all pull up and we should all have a huge run here. Okay, you can hold it back for only for so long, my good buddy. Soon as we start spiking up in the 7.9s to the 8s, this thing is going to pull up these moving averages. What we got here? We got 10 seconds. All right. I bet you we have some type of moving indicator right there, or moving average right there. All right. Here we go. And boom. Should be touching after. We need a buy so it could show us. Somebody buy. Nobody's bought. I call baloney on this. There we go. Oh, crossed over. All right, so we should start seeing some buys. It's like I'm getting a little lag here or something. Change the minute up. There we go. All right, so here we go. Look how this is acting. You see the resistance? 3-minute 50 was acting as resistance. That's why it wasn't breaking there, okay? So what this is waiting for, see how it's sitting on the 8 or the 21 right here? So what we're waiting for, this is to curl up too. This is flattening out, and all these are going to work up together and punch up, okay? So really, really good to look at your other time frames as well, okay? So this is going to start to flatten out as well. This is going to start to curl up with these buys and everything. But that's why we're getting resistance right now. Okay, we're getting resistance because of this 50 on the 3-minute chart. Okay, but we're seeing the 21 act as support. So now that we're getting this all in order, all right, so now we have our green, blue, yellow, purple on the 1 minute. This should help spark this upwards and push through our 50 right here, okay? So what we're doing is we're seeing this push up. All right, I really got about seconds left. Let's go to ICOA real fast. We need to turn this around right here, okay? Hopefully it bounces off, holds this trend. What I'm seeing here is very much like toner. This is what we were going to go check out over here is this level right here. This level seems to be acting as support at the 101 level. So let's go over here and see at 101 what we got. All right, there's 100. So I'm thinking that's our area of support. So let's take a trend line. Oops, not the right one. Horizontal trend line. All right, let's put it right here at the bottom because that's seems to be acting as some type of support. All right, see it's hitting this level. All right, pretty well and holding. So we want to see it to hold this level. This will make this stop and curl around. This will help put this up. We'll find some resistance here, and then we'll end up breaking out within these days down here in about a week or so. Okay, so that's what you're looking for in ICOA. All right, I firmly believe we're finding a lot of bottoms on these plays. Okay, all right, so let's go back. Let's check. I mean, we're right there, everybody. Look at Crow's pulling back. It's gonna blast off again, I'm sure. Looks really good. Okay, so here we go. Bullish crossing on the 3 now. Okay, we have the 1 minute. Okay, the 1 minute is obviously is bullish is all get out right now. As soon as these 50 and 200 curl up with it, those are all signs go. All signs are pointing to 79 here very, very shortly, which means we'll go up and above here. Let's find out what resistance is. Where's it at? All right, so we don't have resistance for a while on the 200 on the 3. Keep in mind we have to do the same thing that we did for the 1 minute with the 3 next. And now let's check the 5 and where we're probably hitting this. Yeah, so we're going to hit some resistance here at the 21, but this is flattening up. So this will come up. This will probably push above here, making this go up, making this come up too. We need the 50 to flatten out, so it's going to take a little bit of time, and then we're looking at blast off. All right, once all these things flatten out a little more and then come up, because this is the 5-minute chart. Okay, so and then look, this is flattened out, which is good. 15-minute chart. All right, we got this. We want this. This pushes up. This pushes this up, and then we work together that way as well. And then we come above the 50, we do the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. We're a couple hours away from really, really getting some good old fireworks flashing. Look at the turnaround right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so everything looks like a very good go in my opinion. Anything, I'm gonna loop up and just buy, but it's just gonna take a little bit of time. Here you go. Got that. We want this to come up and punch up there. Okay, punch up there. It's going to take some time, but it's going to go. It's going to go. It just needs these moving averages on the longer ones just to kind of flatten out a little bit. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of the day. Enjoy your football team. I hope everybody's teams win except for the Panthers, Cowboys, Giants, and Eagles. You all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you all later. Adios.